Since the pandemic began, bidets have gained popularity, and understandably so. Instead of using boatloads of toilet paper, we can shoot our backsides with super soakers and feel fancy about it. So today I'll be going through installing a bidet, and this one does include warm water hookups. I went ahead and unscrewed my toilet seat to start. Just flip up the covers and unscrew the bolts. Mine needed a hex key. Hex keys aren't provided, but that's fine, I have some on hand. I am not left-handed. Yummy. I more or less knew what to do before starting, but the installation steps are a little crazy. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then for hot water it's just like, yeah, get hot water. But that is gonna be under the sink, so we're gonna have to drill. All right, now we get to play everyone's favorite game called Don't Drop Your Phone in the Toilet. This is for the cold water. So this little crowded area needs to move, and I'll get the water adapter plugged in. So that's next. This is the cold water, so I'm gonna make sure that this is firmly off just by rotating right. Feels nice and tight. So now we're gonna unscrew this part right here. A little bit of water, but that's fine. This is the adapter they give you for the cold water. You'll notice this end is just a simple male end, unlike the hot water adapter, and the top and bottom are bigger than the hot water adapter. As you'll see in a second, I got thrown off because the top and bottom didn't fit my setup and the hot water ones did. So I wanted to go ahead and provide this clip to show you this is the correct one for the cold water. Next part. We reconnect this. That's better. You want to make sure that it's actually screwing in. If you have it at a bit of an angle, it may feel like it went in already, but you need to get quite a few turns before it's actually screwed in. So I actually installed the wrong adapter here. This end is how you know it's supposed to be for the hot water, but the reason I got mixed up is this is the one that fit this tube for me. So I actually don't have a compatible adapter for the cold water. So I'm gonna go see if I just happen to have one, otherwise I'm gonna have to go to Home Depot. Time to unscrew this and see what I've got. There wasn't an exact fit at the depot, but with their powers combined, these two things should actually cooperate and make it work. So there you go. This is obviously just for my setup, but if yours is the same, these are 3/8 all around, and I had to get an adapter so that I could have this female end. All right, so this is back on, and we've got the actual right connector here this time, so let's get that attached. All right, so part 1 is done. The cold water's ready to get plugged in. So there are 2 valves. I'm gonna go with the one that says hot. So I'm gonna turn this off. Or not. Holy crap. Oh my, I can't even believe that just happened. This thing is from the dawn of time. Wow. I'm gonna try loosening that just slightly. So I should have been able to just turn really hard with these vice grips, but since it's so old, the metal is just deteriorating apparently, and so it just bent. Oh my gosh. All right. I actually finally managed to turn it, and I just had to give in and keep using the vice grips. This was really on there, so at some point I'm gonna get a replacement for this, because this is just crazy at this point. This is jagged, rusted, crappy metal. So I'll replace that, but for now, all right, there we go. Now it should actually be off. That is crazy. If I turn this to cold, boom, hot. It's just kind of dripping, and it's about as tight as I can get it, so I'm just gonna work with it and proceed. So one thing you'll notice is going from here to here means we're going to be drilling a hole here. Definitely is a bit unnerving, but we're just going to go for it. We're going to do it toward the bottom, but not at the very bottom. All right. So think about here will be good. So I'm gonna go for it. And to make it so that you don't need to drill as big a hole, you could just thread this smaller side through. I honestly probably made a bigger hole than I needed to, but it's not the end of the world because it's gonna be hidden in the back and I'm gonna kind of patch it up a little bit. So we're just gonna thread this side through. All right, now just unscrew this one. And go ahead and get a towel ready because there will be dripping. That's okay. It's not fully off, but I couldn't turn it anymore, so is what it is. All right, so now I attach this. So we're attaching the smaller of the adapters, and it's the one that has this weird looking end. All right, so then get this top part on. So normally I would plug this part in here, but since I can't turn this thing any tighter to make the water stop dripping, I'm gonna go ahead and plug in the part that actually goes to the bidet so the water has somewhere to go. All right, so now we're gonna attach the cables to the back of this. Hooray, this part's gonna be easy. Just put the cold, attach to the cold. Perfect. And then the hot attached to the hot. Now it should look like this, and we'll be just putting the seat on. So here's some remaining parts, and these are optional, but here's what they would do. These act as bumpers on the actual toilet so that everything's raised up a bit. These rubber pads go here, and similarly, this could be used to bolt in the bidet with the toilet seat. It seems like my setup doesn't need that, so I'm just going to go ahead and grab the toilet seat and install it like this. You'll notice that this is upside down, but if you think about it, it's because you'll be sitting facing away, so this is gonna face the correct direction for while you're actually on the toilet. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and use these rubber washers just to add a little bit of something for support. Let's get this angled decently. And then I'm just gonna rotate this part down. Sorry in advance if the angle's not very easy for you to see it, but I just kind of push this backward so that I could aim it where I'm trying to place things, and that worked out pretty well. I'm just gonna kind of finagle and get this all nice and even. All right, that seems pretty even to me. Just tighten everything back in. Almost there. I can feel it getting tight. Okay, that's good. One more. Almost good. Boom. Clamp these back down. Cool. Now, let's see. This does seem to sit pretty well, so I don't think I need those bumpers. I think we're all set. So now let's plug in that hot water and we'll be good to go. All right, last but not least, this guy. Just force it in there. And this thing does come with plumber's tape. I could be just wrapping everything in plumber's tape now. I'm planning to turn on the water and see if anything drips. I don't think it will. I got everything pretty tight, but we do have plumber's tape in case it becomes necessary. So I guess first, let's turn this on. All right, there's the hot water. Now the cold water. Cool. Good, good. I think we are set. So now to test it. So you use this part to adjust. You can see it move. So that's how to aim. This is temperature. Gonna keep it slightly warm. And this turns it on with wash, or you could just clean the nozzle with the other one. In order to let the water heat up before you actually wash yourself, you can turn on rinse for a little bit, let it get warm, and then use the actual wash function. Ready? I'm gonna spray my wall. Success. All right, this works. Hope that helped. Have a good one.